Hi there, I'm Yulia. I live in a cozy house with my family on the outskirts of a busy city. My mom's name is Emma, and she works as a nurse at the hospital nearby. My dad's name is David, and he's a real estate agent. Meet my big sister, Sarah, and her boyfriend, Adam. Sarah works in a big office in the city. She's really smart. She moved there from our town a few years ago. Our house is roomy and has 2 floors. Downstairs, we have a kitchen where my mom cooks delicious meals, and we have a dining room where we all gather to eat together. Evenings are special because we watch movies or play games in our comfy living room. My bedroom is upstairs along with 2 other bedrooms. One belongs to my parents, and the other is mine. When I visit my family every few months, I have my own room to stay in. I love my bedroom because it has a big window with a beautiful view. I have a little telescope, too. Sometimes I use it to look at stars at night. It's really cool. Our kitchen has a door that leads to the backyard. We've planted lots of flowers there. My parents like to drink tea in the garden every evening. It's so peaceful. Our backyard is a fantastic place to relax. We have a big swing where I like to sit and read books in the evening. Sometimes, after dinner, we go outside when the sky is clear. We can see stars and the moon. It's magical. There's a small market nearby where my dad buys fresh fruit and vegetables every morning. Our neighbors are really friendly. They're always ready to lend a hand. I love my house more than anything. It's my favorite place to be. One sunny afternoon, as I sat in my cozy room, I heard a knock on the door. It was our friendly neighbor, Mrs. Johnson, holding a basket of freshly baked cookies. "Hi there, Yulia. I baked some cookies and thought you might like some," she said with a warm smile. "Thank you, Mrs. Johnson. That's so kind of you," I replied, taking the basket from her. We chatted for a while before she bid me goodbye and went back to her house next door. Mrs. Johnson was always so thoughtful, and her cookies were the best. Later that evening, as the sun began to set, my family and I gathered in the backyard for a barbecue. Dad grilled burgers while Mom prepared salads and side dishes in the kitchen. The smell of sizzling food filled the air as we laughed and talked, enjoying each other's company. Even our dog, Max, seemed to be having a great time running around the garden. As we sat down to eat, I couldn't help but feel grateful for moments like these. It wasn't just our house that made it special, it was the love and warmth that filled every corner of it. After dinner, we roasted marshmallows over the fire pit and told stories under the starry sky. It was a perfect end to a wonderful day in our cozy home. I smiled to myself, knowing that no matter where life took me, our house would always be my favorite place to be. The next morning, I woke up to the sound of birds chirping outside my window. It was a beautiful day, and I couldn't wait to spend it exploring the neighborhood with my friends. After breakfast, I grabbed my bike from the garage and rode down the street to meet Sarah and Adam. We spent the morning riding around, laughing and chatting as we explored the local park and nearby shops. As we pedaled back home, I couldn't help but feel a sense of belonging. This neighborhood was more than just a place to live, It was a community filled with friendly faces and warm hearts. When we arrived back at our house, Mom was in the kitchen baking cookies. The smell wafted through the house, filling it with a delicious aroma. "Hi, honey. Did you have fun with your friends?" Mom asked, handing me a warm cookie fresh from the oven. "Yeah, it was great. We explored the park and rode around the neighborhood," I replied, taking a bite of the cookie. After lunch, I decided to spend the afternoon in the garden, reading my favorite book. The sun was shining, and the flowers were in full bloom, creating a colorful backdrop for my reading session. As I sat there lost in my book, I felt a sense of peace wash over me. This was my happy place, where I could escape from the worries of the world and simply enjoy the beauty of nature. As the day drew to a close, I watched the sunset from the backyard, feeling grateful for the simple pleasures of life and the comfort of my cozy home. Later that evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Sarah and Adam arrived at our house to spend the night. They greeted us with warm hugs and big smiles, excited to catch up and spend time together. "Hey, Yulia, how's it going?" Sarah exclaimed, giving me a playful nudge. "Hi, Sarah. It's great to see you guys," I replied, returning her hug. We all gathered in the living room, where Mom had prepared snacks and drinks for us. We sat around chatting and laughing, sharing stories of our week and reminiscing about old times. As the evening wore on, Dad suggested we play a board game together. We all agreed, and soon we were engrossed in a lively game of Monopoly, with plenty of friendly competition and good-natured teasing. After the game, we decided to watch a movie together. We snuggled up on the couch with blankets and popcorn, enjoying the warmth and coziness of our family time together. As the credits rolled and the movie came to an end, I couldn't help but feel grateful for moments like these, simple, precious moments spent with the people I loved in the comfort of our home. With a contented sigh, I bid good night to Sarah and Adam as they made their way to the guest room. As I headed to my own room, I couldn't help but smile, feeling blessed to have such wonderful family and friends to share my life with. The next morning, the sun peeked through my window, gently waking me up. I stretched and yawned, feeling refreshed and ready for the day ahead. As I made my way downstairs, I could smell the enticing aroma of pancakes cooking in the kitchen. Mom was already busy at work, flipping pancakes on the stove with a smile on her face. "Good morning, Yulia. Did you sleep well?" Mom greeted me cheerfully. "Morning, Mom. I slept like a baby. Those pancakes smell amazing," I replied, taking a seat at the kitchen table. Just then, Sarah and Adam walked into the kitchen, rubbing their eyes sleepily. They greeted us with sleepy smiles before joining me at the table. "Morning, sleepyheads. Breakfast is almost ready," Mom said, flipping another batch of pancakes. We all dug into our breakfast eagerly, chatting and laughing as we enjoyed Mom's delicious pancakes with syrup and fresh fruit. After breakfast, we decided to spend the day together as a family. Dad suggested we go for a hike in the nearby woods, and we all agreed it was a great idea. We packed a picnic lunch and headed out into the crisp morning air, enjoying the sights and sounds of nature as we walked along the winding forest trails. As we reached a clearing, we spread out our picnic blanket and sat down to enjoy our lunch. The sun was shining, the birds were singing, and we were surrounded by the beauty of the great outdoors. After lunch, we played games and explored the woods, enjoying each other's company and making memories that would last a lifetime. As the day drew to a close, we made our way back home, tired but happy. As we sat down to dinner together, I couldn't help but feel grateful for the simple joys of family, friendship, and the comfort of our cozy home. The following day, we woke up to the sound of rain gently tapping against the window panes. It was a cozy morning, perfect for staying indoors and relaxing with a good book or a movie. As we sat around the breakfast table, sipping on hot cocoa and munching on toast, we decided to spend the day having a movie marathon. We gathered in the living room, piled high with blankets and pillows, ready to settle in for a day of cinematic delights. We spent the morning watching our favorite movies, laughing at the funny parts and getting teary-eyed during the emotional ones. It was the perfect way to spend a rainy day, cozy and warm inside our comfortable home. As lunchtime approached, Mom suggested we make some homemade pizza. We all agreed it was a fantastic idea, and soon we were busy in the kitchen, rolling out dough and topping our pizzas with our favorite ingredients. The smell of baking pizza filled the house, making our mouths water with anticipation. When the pizzas were ready, we gathered around the table, eager to dig in and enjoy our delicious homemade feast. After lunch, we resumed our movie marathon, snuggling up on the couch and enjoying the rest of the afternoon lost in the magic of the silver screen. As the day turned to evening and the rain continued to fall outside, we felt grateful for the warmth and comfort of our cozy home and the love of our family. The next day dawned bright and sunny, with clear blue skies stretching as far as the eye could see. It was a perfect day for outdoor activities, and we decided to make the most of it by going for a bike ride around the neighborhood. We dusted off our bikes and helmets and set off down the street, the warm sun on our faces and the wind in our hair. We rode past rows of houses, waving to familiar faces and stopping to admire the blooming flowers in people's gardens. As we cycled along, I couldn't help but feel a sense of freedom and joy. There was something magical about exploring the world on two wheels, feeling the rhythm of the pedals beneath my feet and the fresh air filling my lungs. After a leisurely ride, we returned home feeling tired but exhilarated. We parked our bikes in the garage and headed inside for a well-deserved rest. That evening, as the sun began to set, we gathered in the backyard for a barbecue. Dad grilled burgers and hot dogs on the barbecue while Mom prepared salads and side dishes in the kitchen. We sat around the picnic table, enjoying our delicious meal as we watched the sun dip below the horizon, painting the sky with shades of pink and orange. As darkness fell, we lit a fire in the fire pit and roasted marshmallows under the starry sky. We laughed and talked late into the night, enjoying each other's company and the warmth of the fire. As I looked around at my family, bathed in the soft glow of the firelight, I felt a deep sense of gratitude and contentment. Our home wasn't just a place to live, It was a haven of love and joy, where memories were made and cherished forever. The next morning, I woke up feeling a sense of excitement in the air. It was a special day, my birthday. I couldn't wait to see what surprises awaited me. As I made my way downstairs, I found the kitchen decorated with balloons and streamers, and a delicious smell wafting from the oven. Mom and Dad were busy preparing a special birthday breakfast for me. "Happy birthday, Yulia!" they exclaimed as I entered the kitchen, presenting me with a stack of pancakes adorned with candles. "Wow, this looks amazing." "Thank you, Mom and Dad," I said, blowing out the candles and making a wish. We enjoyed a leisurely breakfast together, chatting and laughing as we ate. Mom and Dad had even invited Sarah and Adam over to celebrate with us, and they arrived bearing gifts and well wishes. After breakfast, we exchanged presents, laughing and teasing each other as we opened them. I was overwhelmed by the thoughtfulness of my family and friends, and I couldn't wait to try out my new gifts. As the day went on, we enjoyed a delicious lunch together and spent the afternoon playing games and reminiscing about old times. It was a day filled with love, laughter, and joy, a day I would never forget. As the sun began to set and the day drew to a close, I felt a sense of contentment wash over me. Surrounded by the people I loved in the comfort of our cozy home, I couldn't imagine a better way to celebrate my birthday. As I blew out the candles on my birthday cake that evening, surrounded by my family and friends, I made a silent wish to always cherish these moments and hold them close to my heart. As the days turned into weeks and the weeks into months, life in our comfortable home continued to unfold in a beautiful tapestry of moments, both big and small. We shared laughter and tears, celebrations and sorrows, but through it all, our home remained a sanctuary, a place of warmth, love, and belonging. Whether it was cozying up on the couch for a movie night, enjoying meals together around the dinner table, or simply sitting in the garden watching the sunset, every moment spent in our home was a treasure to be cherished. And as I looked back on all the memories we had made together, I realized that it wasn't just the four walls and roof that made our house a home. It was the love and laughter that filled every corner, the shared experiences that bound us together as a family. As I stood in the doorway, watching the sun dip below the horizon and the stars twinkle in the night sky, I felt a deep sense of gratitude for the gift of our comfortable home and the love that surrounded us. And as I closed the door behind me, I knew that no matter where life took us, our home would always be a beacon of light and love, a place where memories were made and hearts were forever intertwined. With a smile on my face and a heart full of gratitude, I stepped out into the world, ready to embrace whatever adventures lay ahead, knowing that no matter where I went, our comfortable home would always be with me, a comforting presence in the journey of life.